All right, y'all. It's time for a little bit of TV talk as we get into Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Okay. So, first off, y'all, Noelle had egg on her face trying to push up on Alex. She got her feelings hurt, but it kind of reminded her of her dad. Like she felt rejected, like it took her back to her dad. And I don't know why I felt like she was trying to make it Alex's fault. And I'm like, that's not really his fault that you were rejected by your dad. She gets on the phone with her mom. She's very emotional about it. Some part of me in the beginning, y'all, but be real honest, and this is really mean. When I saw her over there crying and she like stomping her feet, like, and she crying, and I said, yes, that's what you get. Feel it.
Talking on
So
the phone
that
to her
you will
mom.
never, before she called her mom, when she was on the
Oh,
side of the bed and she was just crying, I was like, that's what you get. Feel it. So that you'll never do this again. Like, I think she's beautiful. You got a lot going for yourself. And Alex, of all people, like, feel that. Because you talking about you ain't that type of girl to run up and do this and do that. You really put yourself out there. I'm like, if you're not that type of girl, why you feel so comfortable this time doing it? I feel like you
on
might be that
TV.
type of girl. Exactly.
I think she is. I think that's why I was so triggering to her.
Absolutely. And I hope that she never puts herself in that position again. And I feel like she still be kind of like heavily checking for him and stuff and what he got going on. He didn't invite me to church. He didn't hit me up. He didn't ask me. I could have sworn he said, did y'all want to go to church? Don't know. I don't know about that. What are y'all thoughts about Miss Noel being an addition to the show, though? I
She
like
cute.
her.
She cute. I like her. I just think she played herself. And I wish people would stop giving Alex so much attention.
Yeah.
Cause
Please stop.
like I just yeah, I mean it's just a rule for me that if a man thinks that he's all that, I'm not gonna show you that you're all that. You're a man.
Never.
I don't need to do all of that. You know.
Mm.
There are a lot of men
Mhm.
out here that will tell you they're the catch. And I think that, those men should stay where they are.
Hmm.
Stay away from me. Thank
They one of them
Period.
I'm him ass men.
you.
I
Mhm.
can't do it. I'm him. I'm a
Right.
bad bitch. Um
Listen.
yeah, I wasn't checking for him in the first season when he said that I said this last week when he said that he was vegan, did yoga and wrote music. I felt like those were all three huge red flags in combination because it was given like I'm trying to what they say relieve myself of the fuck boyness. They let me know
Mhm.
that something was very much still there. Kind of like the
Mm,
fuck boys that be in the church all the time.
mm,
That's what he was giving.
yeah.
All the spirituality is,
Yes.
yeah. You
ab-
gotta. Mm-hmm,
And I feel
no.
like they kind of when they are like that, they are the fucking worst because
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
almost like treat the women like you better have your emotions together and not respond to anything I'm doing
E-
because then you're not on my level. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
Manipulation, like hell.
Yeah, and I
For
feel
sure.
like he definitely gives me fake vibes, and I felt like and he like John Legend cousin or some shit like that. And so I
Mhm.
remember the last season, when he was like showing us that he could sing, and I was just like, sir,
He couldn't sing.
it just wasn't that, mm-mm. And it was
Nobody
like,
said he couldn't sing though. It
no,
upset me because when I watched it did because I was sitting here like, so we all just this is what we're doing. So we're going to pretend that Alex is the finest man we've ever seen. Number one.
for
Number
what?
two, we gonna pretend like that performance was just what we was waiting the whole season for. I
Exactly.
felt played, like they played in my face. Noelle, I like her though. I really do like
Yeah,
her.
she seems fun.
Don't ever play yourself again.
Don't
Please
do it
That's
don't
all I
now.
ever.
ask.
Thank you for that.
Don't do that. Thank you, Justice, for the super chat. Finally caught alive. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jordan getting on my motherfucking nerves, and I just really need to put that out there. I'm tired of her. She
People
has
work.
this conversation with Summer. After she kind of like did whatever she did to Summer, they went had that sit down. What I didn't like about that was the fact that Summer brought up the fact that she just consoled Jordan. Jordan put, in my opinion, Summer in a position to make her apologize, but not once did I hear Jordan apologize for how she made Summer feel. I'm tired of Jordan. Then we
Mhm.
get to the table. Alex sitting over there like, oh, Jordan, you so quiet, you so quiet. She finally opens up, being nonchalant, didn't want to talk about it, but wanted somebody to ask. Because really feel like Jordan was moping around because she wanted somebody to ask her, what is going on? Let's talk. So
Mhm.
then
Yes.
she finally opens up, and then he's like, wow, I appreciate you telling me that. you know, I feel like this is the most I've seen of you or something. Then she turns around and snaps at the nigga. I said, oh, now she ain't necessarily lying with what she's saying, because I do feel like you ain't really give her a chance 100% last season. But then didn't Jordan give some weird vibes? It was like she didn't want the guys to look at her like a piece of meat, but at the same time she was kind of like all up on them and doing little stuff that kind of was giving mixed signals. So
Mhm.
Jordan, baby, you are weird. And Shanice, whoever traumatized you, in my opinion, I don't believe was Alex, even though he lied talking about some I tried to look out for you or whatever it was he said, he was lying. But who traumatized you was Jordan, because she brought this back up. And who also traumatized you was your damn self, because had you never did anything to your ex, we wouldn't know shit about it. It was gonna come
Right.
anyway.
To me, I felt like, is this confirmation that she did do, like, what? I
She's
don't
still
understand
saying
how
she didn't do anything.
she did say she didn't do anything.
Yeah, she's still saying that he lied and made it seem like she did that. That's what she was
I can
saying.
see him lying about that now that we know who his brother is.
Mm.
Oh, wait, it was him?
I thought she was,
So it was
wasn't
the
she
Jackson
dating?
brothers?
That's who I thought. Is that not right? I thought she was dating Saranis.
Hold up, Google.
Come on,
They
Google.
said she was dating the
Girl,
insecure star.
listen, hold up. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him because it was an
Was it
extra.
Ethan?
It was an
Oh, it
extra.
was an extra.
Extra. Oh, girl, not an extra. How did
Somebody
he
said
get
Norman Towns. Who's Norman Towns? Is that Daniel? Who's Norman Towns?
I think it's somebody we wouldn't recognize when we saw them.
Norman Towns. Ah, shit, I ain't never seen this man before.
I ain't never seen him either. Norman's handsome.
Because he was
I
just
wouldn't
an
recognize.
He was just an extra.
But she ain't have to sit up there and stalk the man.
So why are they
Well,
calling
I
her
don't. Let me
insecure
not say that, because I
star?
don't know if she did for sure. But
I feel like she probably did, because I feel like she one of them like thirsty, delusional women. You fall in love
I can
head
see
over
that.
heels because he got good dick, and now you acting like you don't know how to act, and
Well,
he
shit, that's
low-key
Summer too.
manipulated. True, and then he low-key manipulates it though. You know what I'm saying? He know you crazy, but he want to fuck with you because niggas like to fuck with crazy bitches and then be like, bitch, get away from me, you crazy. So
Y'all, this is the scene. I've never seen this young man in my life. I do not remember. He was definitely giving extra vibes.
You
Let me
looking out?
put this.
Yeah.
I've
No,
never seen
wouldn't recognize him if I seen him walking down the street.
at all. Like, what the hell? Definitely giving extra vibe. He was only there for a split second.
Huh. Jordan. I wanted to say something about Jordan.
Mhm.
I can't stand her. I came to that conclusion last season, but I wasn't quite sure yet. Something about Jordan is giving. She's a pygmy in a like inside out type way. It's weird for me to describe it like that, inside out, because she wants to be desired, and I feel like all these outbursts have to be with that, and I feel like she's acting up because she's losing her hair. So now that she's losing her hair, it's also like, let me also be center of attention by having these fits. Let me be rude. Let me turn into the victim, even though I just showed my ass yelling at Summer because my hair is fine. It was, I don't know. I'm not really feeling Jordan very much, especially one of the things I didn't like, and I think was the last episode, was when Nick had to come up to them and say, do y'all think I'm weird? That bothered me. It seems like they're okay with Nick being very touchy. He is touchy in a way that could make some people uncomfortable. But as outspoken as Jordan is, why wouldn't she say that to him instead of making him come off as like some sort of creep? She plays this game. I don't get with it at all. There's a game that's being played, is what I feel like. I want to be chased.
I can see that.
I don't like her, and I don't care if she doesn't have any hair. Doesn't mean you can act like a complete and total fucking asshole to everybody all the time. And she's an asshole. The way she treated Summer on this last episode, that conversation they had, where Summer is like basically apologizing to her, and she just like stone face. sitting there, I'm just like, you are such a bitch. Because it's not like you haven't been rude, super annoying and shit to people. And Summer was just making a point. Don't act like I'm not trying to be there for you, bitch. Like, oh my God. I don't like her. And I
Mhm.
feel like it goes back, not just her being a pick me, but her being the I'm supposed to be the prettiest woman in the room thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And I think
mm.
that's another thing for her. Like she wants everybody to be all over her. And I don't like the way she did that shit with Nick because I'm like, girl, every time y'all are together, y'all are getting fucked up. Like when
Mm-hmm.
people get drunk, sometimes they can't really gauge how close they are to you. They're fucking drunk. And if you don't like to hang out with drunk niggas, stop hanging out with drunk niggas because you always going out with drunk with men and getting drunk and then acting like you're
Mhm.
so surprised when they act drunk. So I feel like she low key is like, I want to be a victim. I want to be the star of the show. And that's another
Mm-hmm.
thing. That's the reason I really think that she was mad at Jasmine. Fuck all of that Silas shit and her becoming a Stepford wife. You're mad because you weren't the star of the show last season and you were supposed
I
to
can
be
see
Mm.
in
that.
4 months. So yeah, I understand why she would feel like that because Jordan does have that face. You know what I'm saying? She has a
Yeah.
beautiful, she has a
Um,
beautiful
she
face, and
is
I think
beautiful,
you know
Mhm.
but let me
we see you
not.
from the inside out.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I get irked when I see somebody with buck teeth and I can see their tongue. I can see. I don't know. It's just me. Her teeth are buck. Okay, pretty girl, very
Really?
pretty girl, but is not giving what she thinks is supposed to give. I think she thinks that she's better than everybody else there. But I think all the girls at the house are beautiful and all the girls have the ability to be that girl. So for her to think that she is, even being treated like a piece of meat or all the men want her, that is insane to me because all the girls to me are just as beautiful, if not more, than she is. Um, and when it comes to the Nick thing, this is what upset me, the manipulation. She talked to what's the guy's name with the P?
Phil? Is it Phil?
No. No, the gay one. What's his name?
Preston?
Preston, thank you. She talked to Preston, and when they talked to Preston, they made it seem like the issue was that they were just uncomfortable. But when she talked in her confessional and when her and Summer talked in private, it was always about, oh, well, you have a girlfriend. You shouldn't be behaving this way. So is it that y'all are just trying to start some shit? Or is it that you truly feel uncomfortable? And to me, it feels like y'all just trying to start some shit of, I know your girlfriend will be upset, not necessarily you're a creep. So that was manipulative as fuck. I didn't like it.
Because we didn't see him really do anything. It was like, girl, him touching your shoulder. Like they literally showed a clip of him touching her shoulder. I'm like, girl, if affection is a problem for you, tell people that. But don't make them out to seem creepy because you're not okay with like simple
Right.
gestures of touching. Because it wasn't like he touched your titty, he touched your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
She weird.
Very. What y'all thought about Bria sitting up there trying to go off about damn Mariah? Bria and that goddamn dog get on my nerves, bro. They get on my. I did understand a little bit of her point though, because it's like y'all won't let me bring my homeboy, but you already booking trips and stuff for this other person. Like, yeah, that's not cool. I get it, but she acts like she really was about to die last season. Like, it's not.
I
It's to me, it's not that much.
I don't even see her point with that shit because I feel like Phil was so fucking annoying and obnoxious when he was there. Taking a
Mm-hmm.
shit in that man's toilet and not flushing the toilet because Bria did not save your room for you when you showed up late. Like that shit was ridiculous to me. I didn't like none of his energy. And I feel like if he had stayed in the house longer, it would have gotten worse as he was there. So her defend, Phil, girl, Phil and Mariah are not the same. I feel like you
Mm-mm.
ran up on Mariah because as a short
Mhm.
bitch, you want to prove that you not to you not to be fucked with. And
Mhm.
that girl was like, get the fuck, pushed you and the clothes out of her face. It wasn't that serious. They kick her off the show. You come back this season still crying about it. And I honestly feel like she should have fucked you up for all of
She
the
should
crying.
have.
Like she should have actually punched you in your fucking face. for all of what she has to go through behind taking clothes and pushing them into your hands. Like, girl.
And she just did all that because Mariah was so much bigger than her. It was easier for her to play victim. I saw Bria do an interview with another girl on TikTok, and they talked about how they went to school in very like white areas. And I think that's where Bria gets that shit from. Black women like that make me uncomfortable because the way that Bria moves is every bit of a way that I've seen white women move. When it comes to not all white women, of course, but when it comes to like the Karen shit, the victim mentality, the let me cry, but I'm not really sad. Let me weaponize my tears. That's what Bria does. And it makes me uncomfortable because I know black women in general are not really wired like that. I can't trust her as far as I could throw her. I don't fool with her.
Why that made me think about Candace.
Mm.
I don't feel like that's all because y'all know I'm so on Candace's side. But like when I really think about her personality and that same, it seems like I grew up around mostly white girls thing. Where you could just say any old thing because you can trust that the white girls aren't going to actually fight you. That's really
I wonder that if she grew up around a bunch of white folks. I know she's from Atlanta.
I think she went to a school though, like a school where it's probably mostly like white chicks. At least
like
that's
private school type.
Yeah, that's what kind of came off to me with Candace.
I think the situation with Candace is more closely wired to, like, every time we see Candace act out, to me, it reminds me of like a kid throwing a fit. And I think that has to do with the manipulation from her mom. And I think that has to do with the relationship she has with women. Bria, on the other hand, I can't even explain that. I think it has every bit to do with who she hung around with. She picked up on what they did.
But if you look at it though, they do have similar like lives essentially. Bria does seem like she comes from money versus the other girls.
Bria didn't come from money.
She didn't seem like that at all to me. That's why she's using that white man.
No, she didn't come from money at all, which is why
it's giving Ashley Darby.
That's even why I don't trust her more.
Okay, no, all right, that makes sense.
She said they lived in a super low income area. Like her mama had drove a beat up old Lexus. Yeah, her mom. Exactly. That's why I'm saying she can't be trusted. She can't be trusted. She used to have her mama park around the corner from the school, and her mama had her going to school in a nicer area. So she assimilated and put on what she's seen them people doing, but that's not.
I don't think I've ever seen a poor girl act like that before.
Ashley Darby.
But she's white. Sorry. Ashley's part white. This is different.
And we're not going to tell her that she ain't 100% white. Go ahead.
Listen, whatever she is, it ain't what the fuck Bria is. So that's crazy that you would act like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
You can't trust it. She's putting on.
Right. You were
I think she morphed as she got into other circles. She morphed into what those people are around her to fit in, to feel like she's up there with them, and became Sadidi, and got her. And I think she thinks having that white guy validates that as well. Whatever she's trying to give off. Bria. Somebody asked the question. I'm gonna get to it. Do we have anything else on Summer House? Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Naturally Sadie. Is it Sade or Sadie? Is Sadie? Alex have wholesome hold off top. I agree with Nisi, and he couldn't sing. He let him use you go to his head. Thank you so much for the super chat. Built by Creative says Dennis in the studio dropping some beats and Barry sing. Thank you for the super chat, Katie SCM. Noel brings some flavor to the show. Too many Kardashian like black girls on the show.
Oh,
interesting. Thank you for the super chat. I think she definitely brings personality for sure. Keisha, thank you for the super chat. Who is more unlikable, Jordan or Brady Bria? This was the question.
Bria, no question.
Jordan know how to just go sit in the corner sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And then I feel like with Jordan, it kind of slows up her stuff, eases up on you. Bria's BS hits you in the face like right out the gate. Thank you, Princess, for the super chat. Jordan is the not like other girls type extra.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you for
that's the
the
perfect
super
way to
chat.
explain it.
Thank you, Cassandra, for the super sticker. Brianna says Jordan is acting out because her hair is falling out and because Jasmine got married before her. I didn't consider that one, that Jasmine got married before her. She did allude to being the only one have her life together. Thank you for the super chat. Well, clearly she
I
competing
don't
with her
know if it's because
homegirl. I
Jasmine
guess
got
they
married
should.
before her, but yeah.
I could see that. If she thinks she that girl, I could see her thinking she would have. I mean, Jasmine was living out of a car at one
I'm
point,
about
wasn't
to
she?
tell you, she really shouldn't feel bad about that because Jasmine just married the first man that was gonna take care of her and
Mm-hmm.
get her
There
about
is
her
that.
car. So, poor thing.
Yeah. Ashley, thank you for the super chat. Jordan was the complete opposite on Winter House. On Winter House, she But she let one of the girls punk her behind some white peen. Like, girl, bye.
I
Thank you
kept
for the
hearing
super
that.
chat. Really? So Jordan was on Winter House first?
No, in
Mm,
between. She just got off Winter House and before the next season of this show. And I was hearing that she basically let this white girl play her for a fool and she didn't say nothing.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically,
Thanks
you
for the super
gonna
chat.
act pussy
That's
on a white
crazy.
show and then come to the black show with all this aggression and shit. Girl, fuck you.
But you know her favorite thing to
Hard
say
on
is
that.
as a black woman, as a black woman. So as a black woman, she probably was scared to say something to that white lady over there.
Oh, I mean, possibly
I could
she
see
is
that for
on
her.
their show. Maybe she wasn't as
Right, I could see her
comfortable
acting
in that
right,
space.
feeling very token, feeling not wanting to fuck up your opportunity. I could see her doing that.
Mm, good point. Anything else?
I'm just trying to understand where these poor people got all this elitism from. Is it
I
just
mean, I think it's
Mm.
what Toya explained at the Married to Medicine reunion. Remember, Andy was like, "Were you always this bougie?"
being made fun of for being poor? When you get older, you become an asshole about the little bit you got. But they was like,
Yeah,
I remember now.
they remind me of the like they actually made it to have money, but the other category of regular money ass or poor people as they get on my nerves like that are the girls who are the Steve Madden girls. And I mean the girls who think that Steve Madden is top tier designer. The girls who have to act like they shit don't stink. You're all into a designer label. It's all about trying to prove that you high class. And actual money ain't loud. So I can't trust people
Mm.
like that. I really can't.
That's why I've been needing so many NIGGAs on social media to hear that actual money is not
It's
like
not loud.
it's
It's
not.
not loud.
And it doesn't need to wear designer to show it has money. Like real rich people wear like $1,000 t-shirts and you'll never fucking know because nobody's name is on it.
they just enjoy the luxury for themselves and not others.
Mm-mm.
Get into it.
Mm,
But we
period.
give love to the nouveau riche. Okay.